Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Couple Lunar Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, I'm going to be reading for all 12 signs. I am going to go through fire, water, earth, and air, just like Diana says. Welcome, guys. Please remember we are multi streaming, so we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I'm going to put timestamps in immediately following the live stream. And your biggest cosmic influence this week is going to be the sun actually moving into Gemini on May 20th. Now, guys, we still have some Scorpio full moon hangover energy. I feel hanging around. It definitely feels very intense, but we're also picking up on that Saturn moving into Aries energy um, following this week. It's coming in, I believe, on the 27th. So that energy also very heavy and very intense. It's funny because I feel like sometimes people don't realize that PLR is kind of like my job. And I definitely thought about calling out today, guys. Definitely thought about it. I don't know, not necessarily like anything is wrong, not sick or anything like that. Just again, energy is really, really heavy and it's very triggering energy. So it's like very reactive energy. So, we're having to implement and integrate everything that we've learned in our spiritual awakening journey, right? So all of this stuff happening all at the same time. And then don't forget, guys, I want to remind everyone that we're looking at the week of the 18th through the 24th. But on the 17th, which would be exactly 5 days following the Scorpio full moon, we're going to have a conjunction between the sun, which is going to still be in Taurus, getting ready to move signs, but it's going to be conjunct Uranus. And guys, that energy is very aha, surprise, shocking. It could also have something to do with your finances as well. So, guys, if I didn't tell you to circle the 17th on your calendars, make sure to do that because that energy, again, also very powerful. It's giving lottery ticket type of energy, which I actually did today and won. But it's giving that type of energy. It's also giving the energy of um, like natural disaster type of energy, so earthquakes, volcanoes, that type of thing. So guys, May 17th also a really important date. All right, so all week we're talking crash out energy because that is what Saturn and Aries is bringing to us. Again, it's this testing type of energy, so it's like we're having to see, can we handle it? Are we going to handle it properly? How are we reacting to these triggers? I think is really like key in what's happening, right? So let's talk about the emotional chaos that I feel like Saturn and Aries is bringing all of us. It's giving this energy of next level growth type of energy, right? Because Aries is very impulsive fire energy and it's meeting Saturn's really cold, hard discipline energy. So your passions are being pushed to mature, right? And of course, there's a lot of friction, a lot of chaos going on. So it's creating this emotional burnout or frustration type of energy. So I feel like for me, it's more about my reactive energy. Like, I feel like that's what's showing up for me personally the most. But again, this energy could come out in different ways for you. I would say look at where Aries is on your chart, and then of course, what planets do you have in Aries? So I have Mars in Aries. That already is like, ooh, red flag, right? And then I have Mercury in Aries as well. Of course, my Sun is in Aries. So there's a lot of passionate energy, and with Saturn moving into Aries, it's almost like dad is coming home type of energy. So picture Aries being like the teenager, the rebel, or maybe throwing a party, parents are away type of thing. And then Saturn moving into Aries is like, oh, dad's home. We have to get it together. We have to follow the rules, that type of thing. So I did put three different actual steps that you can do with this energy to best channel this energy or I guess best work with this energy, right? And the first thing I put is to actually channel the heat, because you want to redirect all that Aries intense energy, and you want to really focus, put it into focused action without self-sabotaging. That's going to be tricky right there. You also want to structure your feels, right? Because Saturn is all about lessons. So you want to create routines to process your emotions so that you're not exploding them out on everyone, right? And I want to say too, you want to reset your reactivity. So we all have like this way that we respond to our triggers. We have like knee-jerk reactions, right? You definitely want to go through some type of cleansing so that you can reset how it is that you're reacting to these particular, knee-jerk meltdown reactions type of things. Guys, this astrology really, it's not light. This is very heavy, heavy. And I feel like we're getting this crash course and how, in maturity and accountability, and how to fine tune our fire and passion energy. It's definitely a balance between passion and sanity, right? So that's what's happening this week. That's what we're looking at with all 12 signs. All right, I see everyone coming in. YouTube is good. Facebook, welcome. I opened my Twitch to make sure if anyone pops in, I would see it. We do have some new followers on Twitch, so that's always exciting. All right, guys, I am going to start with the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I will break them down, all three individual, right? And we'll timestamp. And let's go ahead and start with Aries. And let's wait for it because I want those fours. Let's do 644 for Aries. And this is for May 18th through May 24th. I'm not sure about you guys, but again, I have a lot of that Aries on my chart, and I've been seeing a lot of 444, which definitely represents financial security, firm foundation, that type of energy. I've decided I'm going to use Sandra's The Secret Language of Light oracle that she gifted me. So we're going to use these tonight for our all 12 signs, starting with Aries, energy of the week. We have Inward Revolution coming out. It's number 42. So again, the fours, right? All right, let's look at challenge or obstacle for Aries. We have light beings. It's number 35. Lesson learned for Aries. We have enlightenment, number 43. And outcome for Aries, number 4. Look at that, authentic truth. I love it. All right, on the bottom, we do have inner voice, and it is number 28. Okay, I did pick out some Llewellyn Tarot. So let's clarify. Let's get a little bit more information for Aries. Inward revolution is definitely giving me this aha moment, this being able to fine tune your fiery, passionate Aries energy. I know it seems like when I come out and I'm like, oh my gosh, this energy is really heavy, and Saturn is a planet of discipline and following the rules. But I want you to try to find the positive in that, because for me, I feel like I've really been struggling with self-discipline when it comes to certain practices. Think about it. Wouldn't it be nice if all of a sudden you could, and it's not all of a sudden, Saturn is in Aries for 2.5 years. But wouldn't it be nice if you could start to find that self-discipline in certain areas of your life? Like, let's say you're working out, you want to lose weight, or let's say you want to eat healthier and you want to stop eating out so much. Wouldn't it be nice to, be able to tap into that self-discipline without all the challenges and obstacles that we seem to be facing now, right? So let's get that inward revolution for Aries. We have Seven of Cups coming out. Seven of Cups is about your choices, your options. Light beings is going to be in your challenges or obstacles. The Magician is also here, as above, so below. So here's the thing I'm kind of getting for Aries. It's very possible you're a light being, right? It's very possible that you're this Magician energy. I also have Mercury in Aries as well. But it's also very possible that the tables are turning in some way, because the Magician a lot of times represents that energy as well. I feel like if you're a light being of any kind, if you're having spiritual awakening, if you feel like you've been chosen to share your spiritual awakening, your journey, your enlightenment, right? Then most likely you're some type of, light being with a specific type of mission, right? I think it's very possible that this week, the 18th through the 24th, Aries, Spirit is going to highlight your choices or options to you. And I do feel it is so that you can make more enlightened decisions, right? Let's see what comes out for enlightenment. Eight of Cups comes out. It's very likely that you need to leave something in the past. You need to walk away from something. That is what Eight of Cups represents. Remember, Eight of Cups is also about walking towards your Two of Cups. So you could be walking towards equal effort, more balanced energy. All right, let's look at authentic truth. That is going to be the outcome. I feel like you're going to have to face something that has something to do with the choices that you've made or the choices that you need to make. And we have Temperance coming out. Temperance could have something to do with your healing journey, but it's also slow moving energy. So I want to point that out as well. We have Two of Wands on the bottom. Two of Wands could say something about patience, but with the Temperance card, it's slow moving energy. And right now with Saturn and Aries, there's going to be times where taking a risk is going to be beneficial, right? It happens from time to time. Like when the moon moves into Aries, a lot of times that's very intuitive energy for Aries placements, right? So there's going to be times where that fiery, passionate, risky Aries energy is going to come into play. But with Saturn and Aries for the next 2.5 years, it's definitely going to be more about fine tuning that risky energy, right? Like when to take the risk and when not to take the risk. All right, I've pulled Power of Love out for guidance. So quiet, Diana. Thank you for hanging out, helping with the timestamps. So the Magician is Virgo energy. You could be dealing with a Virgo, and Temperance is going to be Sagittarius energy. I actually have a Sagittarius moon. All right, guidance for Aries. May 18th through the 24th, we have responsibility, so big confirmation. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love that you express. That could have something to do with that reactive Aries energy as well. Creativity is here. I'm glad Spirit gave me this card because I almost forgot. Guys, that's going to be one of the key tricks to this very heavy energy. It's like Aries wants to go, and Saturn is going to slow Aries energy down. So the best way to handle that frustration, that needing like some type of outlet, right? Like needing some type of way to get something out is going to be through your creativity. So I'm glad Spirit gave me the opportunity. It says, you love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Unity is on the bottom. It says, you understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. All right, let's do Moonology to close it out for Aries. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. I don't actually feel like it's an emotional week for you. I know we see a lot of cup energy here, but I think this is more about making decisions, making important decisions. I feel like this is energy you've been in for a while. It's very possible that the Magician, the Virgo energy is very much about overthinking something, maybe being over analytical about something. I feel like Spirit's asking you to be a little patient as you're waiting for some type of matched energy or equal effort. Surrender to the divine. The full moon is here. Again, we just had that Scorpio full moon. I do feel like that energy is lingering, right? It's like definitely giving a full moon hangover type of energy. We also have meditate and contemplate coming out for Aries. It's new moon in Pisces. And we also have a new start is coming. It's the new moon. Guys, next week we're going to talk about Gemini new moon also coming in end of May, right? Communication is key. Look at that. New moon in Gemini. Again, more of new moon in Gemini next week. Hi guys, that's going to be Aries. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly and we're going to move on to Leo. I forgot to put any music on. It's quiet. It's weirdly quiet. I'm really liking the secret light language oracle. It says transmissions from your soul. All right, almost ready for Leo. $16.36 for Leo. All right, Leo, this is May 18th through May 24th. So we're moving into Gemini season. Gemini season is definitely going to be energy that has to do with the mind. Clarity, understanding, communication. All right, Leo, let's get energy of the week. May 18th through May 24th. We have number 19, transformation. Giving some Scorpio vibes, right? All right, let's do challenge or obstacle for Leo. 44, expansion. I feel like it was trying to come out in reverse. 32, divine masculine, also trying to come out in reverse. Lesson learned. And ask your soul, Leo, is coming out for final outcome. Soul name is on the bottom. So clearly, Leo, the week is definitely about going through some type of transformation that involves some type of growth, leveling up, expansion. It's in your challenges or obstacles. Something could definitely be blocking the doorway, right? Like you could be distracted. There could be an imbalance between your masculine energy and your feminine energy. All right, Leo. Llewellyn Tarot, King of Cups comes out. So big confirmation. King of Cups is my clue card for Divine Masculine. So I could be talking to Divine Masculine, but I think it's more Divine Feminine energy. You resonate more with Divine Feminine energy. I feel like it's very possible that there is some type of obstruction or that's the wrong word, an obstacle that has to do with divine masculine energy. And divine masculine energy is very much about um, emotional maturity, emotional growth. So with it being lesson learned to help with the expansion, it's saying, Leo, like there's something about your reactive energy. We talked about this at the beginning of the live. With Saturn and Aries, that's not really surprising to see. I do feel like Aries is a very triggered type of energy. It kind of shoots off very quickly, and then kind of thinks about, its actions later. So I do feel, and with Saturn, it's like, having to learn how to get that energy in check, right? Having to learn how to get your emotions in check, having to learn how not to be triggered or react in a certain way, maybe how not to react in an emotional way. This could also be saying, Leo, like, not allowing your emotions to get in the way of some type of leveling up or expansion when it comes to your spiritual journey. And I mean, let's just say it. It's very possible that someone has, yes, the fours again. But it's also very possible that someone is allowing, like if I'm talking to you and you resonate more with divine feminine energy, you could be very focused on divine masculine, and that energy could definitely be causing some type of distraction or delay when it comes to the leveling up or expansion. And I know it says, ask your soul, and we see divine masculine energy, but I just want to point out that we do see divine masculine energy, and that energy is about protecting and providing. And the fours are, again, the square, the firm foundation, again, the 1111, the firm foundation, the financial security, all that stuff. And the interesting part is that Leo is my second house. All right, so we have King of Pentacles coming out. So more confirmation, protect and provide. It's a financial expansion. And then Divine Masculine being in your lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. We have the Emperor. So it's definitely about taking control. There's something here, Leo, about your emotions getting in the way of leadership, ascension, and some type of financial growth. And then ask your soul is the outcome. It's number 16. We have 9 of Swords here. 9 of Swords could be saying that your emotions are keeping you in this lower vibrational energy of anxiety, depression, just fear in general. So ask your soul is definitely about going within to find that inner emotional calmness, right? And here's what I'm going to say, Leo. Don't beat yourself up. Like, we're all dealing with this energy. Sometimes I handle my triggers really, really well, and I look like I'm some, spiritual Lulu Lala guru, right? And then sometimes I don't handle my triggers very well at all, and I look like a lunatic. So I'm just saying, like, it's very be kind to yourself. I think that's going to be the most important thing as we move through Saturn and Aries for the next 2.5 years, is just being kind to ourselves, right? All right, 6 of Swords is on the bottom. So it does say that Spirit is guiding you. You see what it is that's like getting in your way of being able to balance out that protect and provide energy. All right, let's do Power of Love. Aries energy coming out for you strongly, Leo, with the Emperor. Divine Masculine also coming out strongly in this reading. Unity again coming out. You understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. Compassion is coming out. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. I think that's my spankings right there. I feel like I'm struggling with the compassion. I'm not sure how to balance, like, how do you have compassion for someone um, that is not respecting your boundaries? All right, let's do Moonology to close it out. For Leo, luck is on your side, so that's a good thing, right? A new moon in Sagittarius. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse, and a fiery climax approaches. Look at that, a full moon in Aries. All right, Leo, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. Guys, I'm going to clean up. We're going to move on to Sagittarius. Lady Athena, welcome on Twitch. I'm loving all this new energy on Twitch. All right, Diana, it's time. Time for Sagittarius. Yeah, guys, if the readings are pulling at your heartstrings, make sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. I actually got to talk to YouTube on a chat today. It's such a rare situation that it goes through and I get to. And I definitely was complaining about my analytics ever since like the last, I don't know, update or changes that they did over on YouTube. I feel like I've seen a hit in my analytics, and it's like, man, work really hard to get those numbers way up there, right? And it's like the ads. I'm not a fan of the ads at the beginning of the lives. I'm not sure what to do about it. I'm gonna figure it out eventually. Eventually. All right. But yeah, I just noticed that my um, likes count. It's on my shorts, really, is where I noticed it, and it's like, why? What's happening there? Of course, you know, YouTube likes to tell me there's nothing wrong, and I'm overthinking everything. That's their go-to answer. But I don't know if you guys seen it. We had that Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day shorts take off. Guys, it's reaching 8,000. It's sitting at 8,000 something. It's so cool, right? Now, if that would happen with one of my, you know, shadow book journals, that would be super cool. All right, Sagittarius, 2838. So this is for May 18th through the 24th. So there's going to be something about the 8th, right? 8th, infinity, abundance. I don't know why, but I just got that wax on, wax off. You know? Hello, TC on Twitch. Look, y'all, Junior went over to Twitch, and now all of a sudden everybody's coming to hang out. Iron Lion. I'm a Leo, very skeptical about such curious arts, yet your reading, I must say, was accurate. Thank you for being so brave and leaving the comments and the confirmation. Thank you. It takes a lot of courage to open our minds to new things, right? All right, I already timestamped Sagittarius, but I'm still talking, so let's go for it. Energy of the week. We have manifestation, number 25. Ooh, Diana, what are you manifesting? All right, let's look at challenge or obstacle. You have wellness in reverse, number 24. It's interesting, 24, 25. My left ear just took off. Ooh, on fire. Somebody special must have came in. All right, let's look at lesson learned, Sagittarius, to help you with the challenge or obstacle. You got let go, number 18. So the numbers are sticking out to me because we're looking at the 18th through the 24th. So that's interesting by itself. But also the reversal energy trying to, I don't really read reversal energy, but it's definitely trying to come out in reverse. So it's like there's something about needing to let something go. And again, coming out in reverse could be telling me that this is like the second opportunity that you've had to let something go. So it's like if you're trying to manifest something and it's not coming in, Sagittarius, it's very possible that you just haven't made room for it, right? It's like you're holding on to something. It's maybe somebody that's trying to have their cake and eat it too type of thing, right? Like you can't have both. It has to be one or the other type of thing. So it's like, you have to let something go in order to manifest something new. And it's going to have something to do with wellness, because your wellness card, I'm getting like chakra alignment, right, is in your challenges or obstacles. So let's see, Sagittarius, what is the outcome? I have mine is Sagittarius moon. Sagittarius moon. Ooh. Nothing has gone wrong. It's number 7. It's giving me alignment, balance, divine feminine is on the bottom. I'm not sure, Sagittarius. You're trying to manifest something that has to do with wellness, but you're refusing to let something go. I see the heart up there on the wellness card. So, I mean, it's very possible that this is about love for some of you, especially love between divine masculine, divine feminine. You could be trying to manifest union. I see the yin yang. Of course, that could be what it is. But I mean, remember, I do these readings for me, right, guys? Like, I look at all 12 signs on my birth chart, right? I do study birth charts. So if you guys ever have a question or want me to read your chart, right, let me know. But I do these for my 12 signs on my chart. So Sagittarius is my moon sign, right? And my moon sign is like how I feel about stuff. It's my emotional health, my emotional wellness, right? So I feel like what it's saying here is what I'm trying to manifest for me is definitely like emotional balance, right? Emotional happiness. That's definitely what I'm trying to do. And it is between my masculine and feminine energies. But is there something that I'm holding on to and I probably need to let go of so that I'm able to do this? Well, more than likely, right? All right, let's see if we can find out what it is for Sagittarius. So manifestation is your energy of the week. So definitely trying to Bring something in. Bring something in. Let's see what it is. Look at that. The Magician comes out. So big confirmation, because that's what the Magician does, right? Manifest, again, as above, so below. But this time I heard as within, so without. So there's something about that. All right, let's look at the wellness card for Sagittarius. What is the wellness about? Ace of Swords is here. Look at that. Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords. So definitely needing to let something go. What you need to let go of is going to be Four of Swords. Four of Swords. Okay, so this is that resting energy. Sagittarius, how are you on... Okay, this could be going two different ways. Like, there could be some Sagittarius that are listening to me, and there's something about like your thoughts and how you feel about your health and your wellness. And this could be like mental, physical, spiritual, doesn't matter. Pick one, however it resonates for you, right? And you could be going through something again in your physical health or your mental health or your spiritual health, and you could be wondering like why it's taking so long, or why it's painful, or why it's challenging. But it's all part of like a healing process. Whatever it is, it's all part of some type of healing process. And I want to say too, Four of Swords many times is blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise. So if you weren't able to manifest something before, something sooner, previous to this week, right? 18 through the 24th. Guys, we're always a week ahead. So if you're looking at like, hey, what's happening this week, Rosa? You can find all those videos on my YouTube channel under the live tab. But next week, the 18th through the 24th, I feel like it's this energy of understanding why the blessing in disguise, like why maybe it took longer to heal something, or maybe it took you longer to reach some type of situation, union, something, I'm not sure. But it's going to be for a reason, right? So we have Seven of Swords coming out with nothing has gone wrong. Seven of Swords can definitely be this energy of leveling up as well. But it's disbelief. It's disbelief. I feel like I'm talking to a Sagittarius where you're struggling with your mental. It's going to be mental health. It's going to be your thought process, finding clarity, understanding. It's almost like I feel confused right now trying to read for Sagittarius. Like, there's definitely giving like fog, right? Justice is on the bottom. Libra energy does say some type of great injustice has been done, and you are fighting to balance something out. Sagittarius, I mean, this could be you, and this could also be like someone around you. Like, you could have went through this healing period, but someone else around you could have went through this healing period, and you could be finding out like the why. And the why has something to do with protection. That's going to be the blessing in disguise. All right, loyalty comes out. Your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. Forgiveness also comes out. That's that blessing in disguise. It's like you're going to understand something. My ears are on fire. All right, it says you are now able to activate the power of love in order to release past hurts. Commitment is going to be on the bottom. And let's do Moonology to close it out. So I think Sagittarius trying to manifest new clarity, new understanding, maybe even some new communication, and some type of healing that took a long time. Something to do with the mind, something to do with negative thinking, confusion, fog, all of those things. Bring love into the situation. It's new moon in Aquarius. Hold your vision. It's the fixed moon. And the end of a tough cycle approaches. It's full moon in Capricorn. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave that right there. Hope that was helpful. Alright, guys, that's your fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So next we're going to do water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I love the new energy, and I love that the new energy was brave enough to give the confirmation. It's always super nice. Love it. Diana says, I know what that means for me. Diana is our resident Sagittarius. All right. Almost ready for fire signs. Water signs. Guys, don't forget to go check out my new Twin Flame Shadow Work Journal. Is now available over on our website. I did put the link in the description box. I also left the Scorpio full moon workbook is still up as well. Again, I know that energy is going to linger. So if you guys want to check that out, link is going to be in the description box. Vanessa joining us on Facebook. Welcome. All right, water signs. Let's do Cancer 40/40 because I seen it. All right, Cancer. So this is going to be for May 18th through May 24th. And we do have Gemini season starting. We have that powerful Uranus conjunction. And then, of course, Saturn. Saturn in Aries is in the following week, but that energy is so strong. We're going to talk about it all of this week. Friday, guys, I'll be back Friday night. I believe we're going to do a music and tarot on Friday night, 8 p.m. So, guys, if you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. There'll be a little notification bell, and you'll want to hit it to all so that it lets you know when we go live. All right, Cancer, 40/40 was your timestamp, so that's interesting. 29, you are the universe, comes out. I'm Cancer rising. Cancer rising. Where's Cancer on your chart? We have number 40. It's the color card. Challenges or obstacle. There is only light is your lesson learned, and healing coming out for the outcome. Soul writing is on the bottom. Interesting, because I was just talking about that shadow journal, right? And then guess what else I started to do? So the shadow workbooks are digital workbooks. You can find them over on my website, and they're instant downloads, right? You download them, you jump on your phone, you use whatever app. I like to use Canva, right? And you work through the workbook. I've actually have published journals like these over on my Amazon. And these links are in the description box as well. But like this one is that guided dream journal. So like it helps you, interpret your dreams. I've actually started using the Amazon KDP publisher. And I don't freak out. Ready? I started writing my twin flame journey. I know, right? What? It's just a thing. It's a thing everybody does, right? If you're on this type of awakening, it happens. I made some deals with Spirit. I'm trying to beat Michelle. Out the gate. So, but yeah. So that's interesting, right? I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't know like how it works or how it goes, but I just thought it was so easy to publish those. Like, why not, right? So that's where we're at. All right, Cancer, let's see. You are the universe. I feel like this is a big lesson that I've been receiving. I feel like we all probably have been, whether you're Cancer or not, Cancer sign or not. I was explaining to somebody today what your higher self was, right? And it's really just your ascended soul, right? It's like your mastered lessons, right? Like your soul at knowing everything, right? That's your higher self. When we get to things like spirit and God and the universe and that kind of stuff, I feel like there's so many different opinions, and there's so many different options, I guess, that you could choose to believe in. But I will say that the lesson that I've been learning is definitely that we are all a part of Source, right? And we all have a lot more capabilities than we give ourselves credit for, because it's almost, I don't know, maybe it's the human in us that's like, it's almost too unbelievable to think that like we are Source, or that we even have that type of power, or that we're even that type of being, right? It's almost like it's too unbelievable for us. And then it's almost like, if we do say things like that, it almost sounds like we're being conceited, or I'm trying to say, like we're being, I don't know, cocky or something. And it's like, no, it's just factual, just factual. But I think with I don't know if this is going to be part of the message or not, Cancer, but for me, it's really helped me in the whole blame game, right? Um, because if we start to understand that like we're all part of this source energy, then we really start to understand, and I'm going to step on some toes here, guys. Believe whatever you want to believe. Everybody has their own whatever. It's free will. It's everybody's journey is their journey, right? This is my journey. You have your journey. Everybody has their own thing, right? But it's making it easier for me to understand that there's really no such thing as like the devil, right? You know, people say like the devil made me do it. No, that's actually not true. There's no outer source. You see what I'm saying? But then that kind of goes both ways, because you can't have it, one way and not the other. So it's like, if you don't believe in the devil and you understand that it's your own vibrational energy, right? Then you also have to understand that there's no God, there's no outside source that has more power than you, that's going to come save you one day or protect you. Like, it's literally you, right? And so when you conceive that and understand that, I feel like that's definitely some game changer stuff, right? So let's see what's coming out for Cancer with energy of the week. You are the universe. So Knight of Pentacles comes out. Knight of Pentacles is a card that says you need to get to work. With the Knight of Pentacles, you always see he has the pentacle in his hand. He's riding on the horse, right? And the field is behind him. But you'll always notice that the field's not planted. So it's like he's talking about it, but he's not actually doing it. So that's pretty interesting. It's like Spirit saying, hey, Cancer, you need to get to work. All right, so the colors card is coming out in your challenges or obstacles, and it's giving me this energy of being able to integrate and mix. It's reminding me of this conversation that I had with another YouTuber who also happens to read tarot. But she was talking about, she had some Scorpio placements, and she wanted to know, excuse me, if somebody wanted to like give, their 2 cents about her Scorpio placements. And I understood that, like, we had Scorpio full moon, so that's going to bring a lot of things up to the surface, especially if you have strong Scorpio placements. And it's going to make you curious and want to know, find out like the secret, the mystery, right? So I kind of knew that that's what was happening. But I started reading through her comments, and before I could even like comment that, I seen where somebody else was like, this type of astrology is wrong, and this is the only right type of astrology, and this means this, and it only means this, and it doesn't mean anything else, and it's just like, that's so silly to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make sense to me. If you believe something and it works for you, right? It's helping you, you feel it, then it works for you. Like, it doesn't matter whether someone else believes it or not. I feel like many times people that are telling other people that it's only one way, or it can only be this way, and there's this right or wrong type of crap, they're the ones that are actually wrong, right? Like, they're the ones that don't have the knowledge. They lack the knowledge or the open-mindedness to understand that, like, there's way more possibilities, right? It does not have to be like just the one way. And I think that could be Cancer, your challenge or obstacle. All right, so the Hermit comes out. It's definitely giving this energy of needing to look within. It is giving like spiritual awakening as well. So it's like not everyone's spiritual awakening or spiritual journey or enlightened journey is going to look like your journey, right? It could be completely different. There's only one light, is your lesson learned to help you with your challenge or obstacle. So that brings me back full circle to what I was talking about, how we're all one, right? Like, we're all a part of source. So we have Two of Wands coming out. Expectations could be high, Cancer. So Two of Wands is about being patient and waiting for something. But for me, when I, started reading tarot, I always noticed that with the Two of Wands, they always hold the world in the palm of their hand, right? And they're always offering it to a certain side of the card. There's two wands, but it's like they don't even see the other option, right? So it's like having this high expectation that this is the thing that has to happen, and it's only that way, right? So there's going to be something about that. Healing is going to be the outcome, and we have the moon coming out. So you're healing some type of illusion, some type of emotional energy as well. Nine of Wands is on the bottom. Nine of Wands gives energy of not giving up on yourself, seeing something from a different perspective as well, Cancer. So Virgo energy coming out strongly. The moon is your ruler. It definitely could be some Pisces energy as well. All right, power of love for guidance. We have cooperation, so kind of confirmation there, right? In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. It's a colors card. Priorities also comes out. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. Harmony is on the bottom, so it is this energy of keeping the peace for Cancer. All right, Moonology to close it out. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. I do feel like it's emotional week for you, but I think it's more about the expectations. It's more about being stuck in your thoughts. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. And last one, I love it. A time for healing. The Bosmic moon. All right, I'm going to leave that right there, Cancer. I hope that was helpful. Guys, make sure to tap that like button for me. The readings are resonating. It's time for Scorpio. Thank you, Diana. All right, almost halfway. All right, so next is going to be Scorpio. Let's do 54, 44 because I waited for it. I'm just liking the fours tonight. All right, Scorpio, this is going to be for May 18th through May 24th. Biggest cosmic influence will be the sun moving into Gemini on the 20th. We do have some Uranus energy that I feel is being impacted by your lingering Scorpio full moon energy. Some of you could be feeling what I like to call a full moon hangover, especially with that powerful Scorpio full moon we had just a couple of days ago on the 12th. All right, energy of the week. We have Soul Song number 41. We have alignment. We have insight. And we have joy. Soul Tree is on the bottom. This is energy of um, deeply rooted soul tribe, soul family energy. All right, so number 41, Soul Song. Number 14, Alignment. I don't know what it is about the forest tonight, but it's definitely something, right? All right, so alignment is your challenge or obstacle. So a lot of times, the easiest way to explain this is to explain the soul's path or the soul's journey. So your soul's path is not like a direct straight line, right? Like it's gonna have twists and turns and bends and all this stuff. And I think a lot of times what happens is we get what I like to call shiny object syndrome, but we get distracted by something when we're on our path. Sometimes it's just boredom, I think. And we stray off the soul's path, and we go learn about something. We become wiser and smarter and all those things, right? But then we have what I like to call forced alignment, and it's like where spirit comes and plucks you out of where you shouldn't have been to begin with, right? And puts you back in the line of the path that your soul had chose for this lifetime to go learn the lessons that it wanted to learn in this lifetime, right? Scorpio, you definitely could be going through some type of forced alignment, with alignment being inner challenges or obstacle. Insight is lesson learned, and I do see like the position he's sitting. I'm getting a lot of chakra energy with these readings tonight. It's almost like you can see them in all of the cards. But there is this energy of, and again, this could be something that you're just learning, but I think it's like you're implementing. You've learned about um, like your body's energy, your spiritual energy, all of that stuff. But it's like now you're having to put it into your daily practice, into your everyday life. And all of this is going to have something to do with needing to find joy, right? Because joy is the outcome. So it's like you're working through all of this, the soul song, the forced alignment, all of it to reach joy, happiness, emotional contentment, right? So I feel like, I mean, let's talk about it some more. I feel like I could keep just go on, but we got to talk about it a little bit more, Scorpio. Um, you could be just, I don't know, feeling sad. You could just be feeling um, anxious. You could be feeling like, you could be none of those, and it could just be like this blah type of feeling, like it's just empty. It's just mm, like you're struggling to ignite your fire. All right, let's see what insight we can give Scorpio. Start with the soul song. So Queen of Cups comes out. This is my clue card for Divine Feminine. It could be in your feels. You definitely could be listening to music. Queen of Cups is, again, my clue card for Divine Feminine, but also it's about learning when you're depleted, like learning when you need to replenish yourself. Learning when you've given like more than you had to give to others, and now you don't have something to give to yourself, right? All right, and alignment is going to be in your challenges or obstacle. I want to mention the number synchronicity. So 4114, that could be something for someone. But 14 alignment, 4 and 1 is 5. So it's like something about your soul's alignment is going through some type of change. Again, it's in your challenges or obstacles. So it's giving me the synergy of forced alignment. Scorpio, forced alignments happen when like something surprising happens that you didn't expect. Like maybe you catch a cold, you're sick, all of a sudden you have to take some time off work. It's that type of thing. It's like maybe you thought you were going on a vacation, and all of a sudden, you're needed at home, and it's like, now you're being put somewhere where you didn't expect to be, right? Or for a period of time that you didn't expect to be. We see 4 of Swords, so big confirmation. Something's happened, and it's like you need to heal, you need to recover that from whatever that is. And here's what I want to say about 4 of Swords. Whatever it is, whether it's sickness, it's a cold, it's a wound, right? Maybe it's a wound, Scorpio. Whatever it is that you're healing, whatever the downtime is, 4 of Swords is also blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise. All right, insight is your lesson learned. 7 of Wands says you're going to have to protect something. Could have something to do with enforcing healthy boundaries. It could also have something to do with like fighting off some type of emotion. You could see like why you've overgiven or why you're depleted. That could be as well. But joy is the outcome. That is the goal. That is what you're fighting for. And we have 7 of Cups there. 7 of Cups is about your choices, your options. It's definitely giving this energy, Scorpio, like make sure you're making good choices. Temperance is on the bottom. It's the lady at the well. It's, again, more healing. It's slow. So understand that your journey of healing is a slow one. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But it's definitely giving this energy, like Scorpio, like don't go out, partying and drinking all night long and then be upset that you're tired and hungover in the morning, right? Like, does that make sense? Like, if you pick wisely, if you make good choices, if you don't put yourself in the situation won't happen. It's giving that type of vibe. All right. Make sure you're replenishing yourself. Make sure that you're giving that care that you give to everyone else, to yourself. Make sure that you're using this healing and downtime wisely. Push back anyone that is trying to, that doesn't have your best interest at heart. That doesn't have your joy and happiness at heart. Past is here. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. Action is here. You have the courage to express the unique loving colors of your soul. Freedom is on the bottom. You're releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. And then Moonology to close it out for Scorpio. Confidence is your key to success, New Moon in Leo. Step out of your comfort zone. It's the North Node. And a personal issue reaches a resolution. It's full moon in Cancer. Nothing will come of the situation. Void of course moon is on the bottom. Don't overthink to the point that you find yourself in stagnation. Step out of your comfort zone. North node, where are you going? Do something different. Make a different choice this time, right? All right, Scorpio, I hope that was helpful. All right, we have Pisces next. I just went to go check on everybody. I think I'm ready to swap out guidance cards. We'll do that for earth and air signs. All right, Pisces. Let's do 106.44. All right, so this is for May 18th through May 24th. We have Gemini season starting this week. Could be a lot of communication for Pisces. Divine Animals is coming out. Number 22. Challenge or obstacle. We have Whispers, number 12. So the twos, you could be seeing a lot of twos, Pisces. Lesson learned, help you with the challenge or obstacle. We have Soul Craft coming out. And outcome for Pisces, we have Create Space. Pisces, there's definitely something about creativity. Variance is on the bottom. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. Again, so with the energy Gemini, there could be some communication that you've been waiting for. But with the Saturn and Aries energy, it definitely could be very passionate communication. People could be excited or worked up type of energy. Pay attention to the animals, Pisces. You definitely could be getting communication warnings, that type of energy from that. But I think it's more about your divinity, not necessarily the animals. The whispers and challenges or obstacles is the communication that's happening. The soul craft that you're going to tap into is going to be the implementation of your soul's journey. And the create space is what told me that this is going to all be about your creativity. So Pisces, when we're frustrated, when we're experiencing a lot of, I don't know, this heavier energy that is keeping us like worked up type of energy. I'm kind of getting like Pisces, like you're worked up. You need to expel that energy, especially before any type of conversations or communication. and you need to expel it in a healthy way, right? Like you need to send it out in a healthy way. One of the best ways to do that is to create something, and it doesn't matter. Maybe you need to work on creating a personal space. Maybe you need to work on cleansing your personal space, protecting your personal space. Who knows? Any of that. But there's something about actually creating in that space. So it's like I'm talking to a Pisces and you have this space, but you're not using it. Maybe you're not creating in that space. Maybe you feel like you're having some type of creative blockages. That could be why I felt like we needed to cleanse the space. All right, so let's see what comes out for divine animals. This definitely could be a lot of different things, but I'm actually, the word animal is actually sticking out to me. So it's like some type of aggressive energy is what I'm getting. Eight of Swords is a self-restriction, restrictive energy, keeping you from being able to do something. Justice is here, so big confirmation with that whispers. Justice says that there's been a great injustice. Something has been imbalanced, and you're going to fight to bring balance back to that situation. The soul craft is lesson learned. So your craft, your spiritual craft, your spiritual practices, the things that you learned on your spiritual journey, Knight of Pentacles, start to implement them. Actually plant the seed, right? I talked about the Knight of Pentacles earlier. He's always riding on the horse. The empty field is always behind him. He's always talking about doing the work, but he's not actually doing the work. So Pisces, you've created some type of space, and it's like you actually need to implement now. You actually need to do the job. Six of Swords is there. Six of Swords says that you're actually being guided by spirit. The Emperor is on the bottom. There could be some type of surrender or control issue happening. And you could be dealing with an Aries or a Libra. All right, Pisces, let's do some guidance. Integrity, so confirmation. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. Humility, you've developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. Exactly. We're all one, right? We all just have a different journey, different path, different lessons that we are going to learn in this lifetime. Acceptance is on the bottom. You're ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. All right, let's do Moonology to close it out for Pisces. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Definitely in your thoughts. Could be overthinking something. Maybe a lot easier to balance this conversation out than you think. Look at that. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. New moon in Gemini is coming in May 27th. Nothing will come of the situation. Void, of course, moon. That's that overthinking energy again. And your dreams need a practical plan. It's full moon in Taurus. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini are on the bottom. All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave that right there. Hope that reading was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly, guys. That's it for the water signs. We're going to move on to the earth signs. Diana calling them out. I know, right? So weird. Interesting. I don't mind. Super neat, though. Silent watchers. I'm telling Junior, I said, you don't Don't really have to do a lot on the all 12 signs. I mean, it's normally pretty quiet. It's a lot of new energy. I love the new person that was like brave enough to be like, hey, that's ringing bells. All right. I've pulled out magical times. And that's what I'm going to use for guidance. And I think I'm just going to use some regular old Rider-Waite. To clarify. All right, Taurus. Let's do 11622. So Taurus, this is for May 18th through May 24th. Gemini season is here. But Taurus, I want to point out, because it's Taurus, the 17th. On the 17th, we have that conjunction. Don't forget, guys, between Uranus and Taurus. And Taurus, right there at the critical degree, getting ready to move into Gemini. Definitely could be some type of upheaval energy. Taurus definitely could have something to do with finances. But let's see what comes out. Energy of the week for Taurus. We have light beings coming out, number 35. We have grounding coming out for your challenge or obstacle. We have visualize coming out for your lesson learned. And nothing has gone wrong coming out for your outcome. Variance again on the bottom. So it's giving this energy of, if one door closes, take a different route, right? Just because one door is locked doesn't mean the next door is going to be locked. So it's definitely giving that type of vibe. Let's pull some tarot. Light beings. It's really just giving me confirmation. Uranus and the Sun conjunction on the 17th. On the 17th, so it's the day before. Knight of Cups, being courageous enough to deliver a message of love. That could be like the surprising thing, the shock, what you didn't see coming. Grounding is going to be your lesson learned. Grounding comes out with the 7 of Wands. It's about protecting yourself and having healthy boundaries. It's very interesting, Taurus. I feel like someone may come and like ruffle the feathers type of energy. All right, visualize. The Magician is here. It's very possible you've actually manifested something and it's like it comes into fruition. Maybe this is something that you've been daydreaming about. All right, so nothing has gone wrong. Yin Yang is coming out. The world, it's giving a new opportunity. So I think this has something to do with closing out a stagnant chapter and starting something new. King of Pentacles is on the bottom. Could also have something to do with taking responsibility or your part in the situation, something like that. All right, Taurus, let's do guidance, magical times, oracle, adversity. See the gifts and challenge. One can be taught within the calm, but the greatest lessons are learned from the storms. And the strength card comes out. You have courage. You can endure. Find your center and spiral into your power. Flexibility is on the bottom. All right, Moonology to close it out for Taurus. Not sure, Taurus. It's giving strong reunion energy. It's definitely giving like closure, finishing an old cycle, starting something new. Have faith in your dreams. It's the waxing crescent moon. Take time to breathe out. It's the dismenting moon. And your hard work is paying off. It's new moon in Capricorn. The new moon and Gemini on the 27th could be very important as well. All right. Next is Virgo. My North Node is in Virgo. North Node is purpose. Where are you headed? All right, guys, almost ready. It's time stamp. Let's do 122.11. All right, Virgo, this is going to be for May 18th through the 24th. Gemini, communication, that's what I'm getting. And there could be some burnout energy here as well. And we've been talking about that crash out, burnout energy. It could be mental crash out. It could be emotional crash out. For a lot of us, I think it's going to be more about the mental crash out, which is just where you're overwhelming yourself, putting too much on your plate, Virgo. All right, so soul love number 33 is going to be my favorite. It comes out for your energy of the week. Challenge or obstacle, we have you are the universe coming back out. I want to say that came out earlier for Leo. Variance finally coming out for a reading. It's been bottom of the deck for a minute. That's going to be your lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle, Virgo. And then the outcome, we have Vesta Pisces. Ooh, I can't remember what that one was. Remembrance is on the bottom. No, Spirit, I don't remember. All right, so I'm going to have to go look it up. It's okay, though. Watch. I actually looked this very same card up already. Spiritual intersection. Something coming to a meeting, something coming to a head. it's giving strong twin flame vibes, right? Starting out with soul love. You are the universe in your challenge or obstacle. Variance, again, is if something doesn't work out one way, we're going to do it a different way. And Vasica, Pisces, I feel like it's like how you say it, means that the two energies blend together, come together. So let's look at soul love for Virgo. We have King of Wands coming out. King of Wands could be about someone who is overly confident in themselves. You are the universe in your challenge or obstacle, Virgo, Knight of Swords. This is about clarity, freedom, breaking free, being courageous enough to deliver a message, communication as well. Again, in your challenges or obstacle. Variances, again, so it's like something didn't work this way, so we're going to try it a different way. Queen of Wands comes out. Queen of Wands is again about it's about being confident in yourself. Just like King of Wands, we have a pair here. We have a very overly confident, cocky pair. We have very passionate pair. But what I want to point out is Queen of Wands is also kindness. Kindness. That's what the sunflower represents in Queen of Wands. So if I'm talking to someone who's fixing to have some type of soul union, right? Coming together, something to do with communication or breaking free from something, you're definitely going to want to come at that situation with compassion and kindness, right? And then the outcome, we have Seven of Swords coming out. There is this energy of leveling up with the Seven of Swords for me here lately. There's also energy of disbelief coming out with that Seven of Swords. Two of Cups is on the bottom. Two of Cups is soulmate energy, equal effort. Again, two energies coming together. Virgo, I feel like you're struggling. You're struggling to break free from something. You're struggling to level up in some area of your life. Most likely it's going to be that Two of Cups energy, the equal effort, the partnership. I feel like there's two heads butting here with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Let's see what the guidance is for Virgo. Magical times. Creation comes out. Remember your thoughts. Big confirmation. Shape your future. Your words create today, and your choices become your reality. The Mercy card, so more confirmation. Let compassion fill your world. Offer kindness to all living things. What you give, you also receive. Dignity is on the bottom. Take pride in yourself and all that you've become. Feel honored by your choices, achievements, and actions. All right, Moonology to close it out for Virgo. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. For Virgo, it's much more about an emotional situation. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. And conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse also wanted to come out. All right, I'm going to leave that right there, Virgo. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly. We'll move on to Capricorn. Jenna, welcome. Diana says this rings true for my Virgo sister. I love it. I'm not ready to talk about all that just yet. But I will say that collectively, there's an issue with the siblings. Collectively, there is an issue with the siblings. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Lady Athena, how do I get a reading? Okay, well, so free readings are normally on Monday night. Tonight, Lady Athena, we are doing all 12 signs. I've already done all the fire signs, all the water signs. I've already done Taurus and Virgo. We're right now on Capricorn. And then we still have the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius left. So I never say, guys, you're never going to hear me say that these readings are for your sun, moon, or rising. Never, 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 never. I say get your birth charts out. They're free. You can get them online. If you don't know how, just message me. I will gladly help you get your free birth chart. But get your birth charts out because all 12 signs will correlate with those houses on your chart, which is going to be individually for you, right? And then it'll give you advice in those areas of your life. Does that make sense? When I first started PLR, I knew that that was the case, but let me tell you, talk about like going against the grain because it's so different from what people are used to hearing, right? You're used to hearing, oh, just listen to your sun sign or your maybe your rising sign. Most people don't even know what their moon sign is. And this is the most important one. And you want to know why the moon is the most important one? Because the moon controls your emotions, how you feel about things. Think about it. Your emotions control almost everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the moon is more important than the sun. But if you study astrology and birth charts, you'll understand that the rising sign is actually the most important. All right, let's get to Capricorn. Ooh, 130, 133 because I seen it. So the threes for Capricorn, maybe you're seeing 333. All right, this is going to be for May 18th through May 24th. So we have Gemini Sun on May 20th. Let's see what comes out. Energy of the week. All right, Capricorn, we have the wellness card coming back out, number 24. Let's look at challenge or obstacle. We have the whispers card coming back out, almost in the same position. Look at this, create space. Remember the Pisces reading? All right, and ask your soul is going to be the outcome. Transformation is on the bottom. So definitely going through some type of wellness transformation. It's going to have something to do. It could be, again, mental health, spiritual health, physical health. You could be hearing whispers, right? That could be the challenge or obstacle. Create space is your lesson learned. So that's what's going to help you with maybe the negative thinking, that type of energy. Ask your soul is sticking out to me. It's almost like, I don't know, Capricorn, the whispers. It's almost like you're getting more than one opinion, something like that. And Spirit saying, like, ask your soul. That's going to be where the most right answer is. Ask your higher self. There could be some karmic tie to all of this as well. Ask your soul is number 16. 1 and 6 is 7. And the 7 is definitely giving karmic energy. All right, let's look at the wellness. So it is about happy home, happy family, emotional contentment. And I did see the heart and the wellness card. All right, whispers. For some reason, I want to say like whispers in the mind, in your challenges or obstacle. Something about being patient. But it's also about expectations. There's high expectations here. It could be of someone or something. What you need to do, Capricorn, is going to be the create space card. And we have Nine of Cups coming out. Nine of Cups is divine wishes being granted. Ask yourself what it is that you want. Get clear with what it is that you want, right? And then ask your soul, is the outcome. Nine of Wands is like, Nine of Wands is saying, like, make a decision and then stick to it. Make a decision and then stick to it. Be consistent. Nine of Wands. All right, Queen of Wands is on the bottom. Be confident in what you're capable of doing. All right, Capricorn. What I'm noticing for Capricorn is no major arcanas. So it's almost like Spirit is not leaving you hanging, but definitely putting you to the test. All right, guidance for Capricorn, action. Stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. Flexibility. Gently flow through the turbulence. Life has the ability to shape you. Bend, don't break. So definitely going through something challenging. And manifestation on the bottom. Your dreams have an untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. Let's talk about that. Desire and belief are your power. It's how badly do you want something, and how much do you believe in yourself, in your capabilities of being able to manifest it to fruition. There's something here where, like, you start, Capricorn, but then you give up. It's like you're not finishing it out. You're not getting all the way through. Something about that. All right. It's like you get to this energy where you feel like it's going to break, or you're going to break. And Spirit's saying, bend, bend, don't break. All right, adjustments are required. It's the third quarter moon. Step out of your comfort zone. That's the adjustment that is required. It's the North Node, and nothing is yet set in stone. The mutable moon is on the bottom. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Full moon in Cancer. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful, Capricorn. All right. Have a Capricorn friend. I was just having this conversation where I was saying, like, I don't think sometimes we spend too much time, or we waste too much time, I should say, like, worrying about whether we're picking the right choice or not, like whether it's right or wrong. And I think many times, like, that in itself is wrong, because I think we're just supposed to make a decision. We're just supposed to make a choice and then stick with it. It's like, regardless of what decision or what path we take, there's still going to be challenges. There's still going to be obstacles, right? Like, life's never going to be like easy, cheesy, nothing ever goes wrong, right? So it's like, just pick one, stay consistent, and push through whatever obstacles come your way. Does that make sense? So Lady Athena says, my rising is Aries and moon is Virgo. I love that. All right, so now we're fixing to do Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's going to be the air signs. And don't forget, guys, I'll be back Friday night. Friday night, I believe we're going to do music and tarot. And it's just where I like to play some music. It's definitely, we don't have to delete them anymore. Remember when we used to have to delete them because of the music? But now, because we're monetized, we have the ability just to leave monetization off of that video. And then I don't have to take it down, which is kind of nice, right? People like to be able to come back and watch their reading. All right, Gemini. Moving into Gemini and Gemini Sun coming in this week as well. 139.39 because I seen it. I'm loving the number synchronicities. 39 could be significant, Gemini. All right, so the sun moves into Gemini on the 20th. That is the biggest cosmic influence for the week that we're looking at, which is the 18th through the 24th. So let's see, Gemini, what is the energy of the week? 18th through the 24th. We have soul name coming out. Insight is coming out in your challenges or obstacle, number 13. Enlightenment, number 43, is coming out for lesson learned, also trying to come out in reverse. And let your light shine. I love that. I think it's the first time I've pulled that card. Comes out, Gemini, for your outcome. Focus is on the bottom. So there's definitely something about your enlightenment that's being challenged at this time. Your insight, the way you take in the information, the way you understand the information, the way you implement the information into your everyday life. Very possible. Soul name and let your light shine is definitely giving this energy like this is about you aligning with your spiritual journey. It's giving a lot of surrender energy. So the Chariot comes out, major arcana, it's Cancer energy. It's like something is moving in quickly. It's very victorious energy. It is giving me this energy of picking a lane. There's something here about right and wrong. And there's something here about like the soul name. So it's like, you know who you are, you know, you have to choose like the right path or that type of energy. We just talked about this. Like, it doesn't matter, right? Just pick one and go with it. But there's this energy of like black and white. There's no gray area. It's like, you know that you're supposed to be on this side of the lane. And it's like, you need, if you're on the right path, you need to be able to move quickly. It's something like this. With insight coming in your challenge or obstacle, what I'm getting here, Gemini, is like, again, there's something that you're information you're receiving, channeling. I don't know. There's this energy of imbalance, confusion, blockages. Page of Swords is here. Page of Swords, pages, students. So not its fullest potential. There's more for you to learn. Like, there's more insight that is needed. Very possible. Someone could be watching as well. The Page of Swords is that energy of like someone's watching. The Enlightenment card is here. Justice is here. You've had to fight for the enlightenment. You've had to fight for something. It's like something is not coming in easy for whatever reason. Shine your light is the outcome. And we have Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is someone who learns how to become their own resource. That could be how you're shining your light. There could be like young people around you, and it's like, you know, that you have to teach them the right way of something, or you know, right and wrong type of situation. 8 of Cups is on the bottom. It does say you're walking towards 2 of Cups, walking towards emotional contentment, equal effort. Let's pull some magical times for guidance. Gemini, you could be dealing with Cancer energy or Libra energy. Expectations. Be open for whatever comes next. It might just be the music that your heart's been waiting to hear. And sacred space. Take time for the dreamer in you. Find your power in stillness. In your sacred space is the peace that you seek. All right, I'm going to pull Moonology. If you're struggling, Gemini, to stay in the right lane, make sure that you're taking time to cleanse in your sacred space, right? All right, a personal issue reaches resolution. It's full moon in Cancer. It's time to take action. It's new moon in Aries. And look at this. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. It's very possible, Gemini, that you're finding yourself surrounded by, I don't know, immature energy, Page of Swords, right? And it's like, it's very possible you need to make sure that you're balancing that out with the cleansing that's done in your sacred space. Take responsibility for your cleansing. All right, I'm going to leave that right there, Gemini. I hope that was helpful. All right, let's clean up. We have Libra next. I love it when I make it through all 12 signs. I feel like when we first started the all 12 signs, it was super hard. I would always like get halfway through and I'd be like, oh, we're pausing. We'll have to do a part 2. Just getting cards ready for Libra, and the Sun card flips over. Oh, it's on Mondays. On Mondays. Thomas 89. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 8 p.m. Central Time. I am getting it to 2 hours, but the goal is 1.5. So it's like, man, I would love to be able to hit this 1.5 mark. It'd be great. All right. I love it. Junior's on Twitch. He's like, or you can visit PLR's website and place your order. Guys, we do have website. We also have Etsy shop. I know some people are a fan of the Etsy shop. I have not. When I made my website, I thought I was going to close down the Etsy shop, but I feel like some people just shop Etsy, right? So it's like, I'm just going to leave it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to have more than one, right? All right, Libra. Let's see what Libra is up to. Let's do 147.07 because I've seen it. So the 7s could be significant for you, Libra. All right, so May 18th through the 24th, Libra, let's see, what is the energy of the week? There is only light, number 30. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Challenge or obstacle, joy. Ooh, we're looking at some dark night of the soul energy. All right, lesson learned. We have inner voice coming out. And then outcome for Libra, we have channeling coming out. Ooh, that's super interesting as well. Manifestation is on the bottom. So here's what I'm getting, Libra. Is it possible I could be talking to a Libra that is connected to more of a dark night of the soul energy. You could be transmuting, the channeling card is what's giving that. Let's say I'm talking to a Libra that's on the twin flame journey. You definitely could be transmuting counterpart dark night of the soul energy. And what that means, just whether you know that you're doing it or not, when you're on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey, you are turning the darkness into light. You're raising the lower vibrational energy to higher vibrational energy. You could be doing this like even if you're in separation, even if you're not talking to this person, even if, let's say we're talking about your own inner masculine and feminine energies, even if there's like an imbalance in those energies, that is the goal. That is what you're trying to do here. I feel like you may not necessarily be struggling with like joy and happiness until you connect with this energy. Inner voice being lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle is like listen to your own inner voice, allow something, whether that's your higher self, source, spirit, to bring you out of that darker, low vibrational energy. That is really specific for Libra. All right, there is only light. There's only light is your energy of the week. Ace of Cups, overflow of emotion. So big confirmation there. With the Joy card, Eight of Wands, some sudden information. Something is happening quickly. With the inner voice, Queen of Pentacles, take responsibility. Be mature enough, that's Queen of Pentacles, to like sit with your feelings, be calm about something, work your way through something, which is the channeling, which is what you could be doing as well. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, if you're doing any type of channeling, Libra, and you feel stuck energy or stagnant, overthinking, what you want to do is you want to move from the head space to the heart space. On the bottom, we do see the Nine of Swords, so confirmation. Again, you're transmuting someone's lower vibrational energy, which is super interesting. Guys, Libra is my fourth house, roots. So for me, this is going to be where I came from, mom, dad, brother, sister, that type of energy. We already mentioned the whole sister situation. All right, here is some guidance for Libra. Humor. Make light of the situation. Everything doesn't have to be so heavy. Everything doesn't have to be so serious, right? All right, lighten your heart. Let nothing steal your happiness, which is actually what's happening up there. Elegance, it's found in the beauty of nature, the lotus waiting to bloom. Be the swan on the water and glide. And dreamer, your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. This is the magic of life. All right, Libra, Moonology to close it out. Again, going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Definitely a very emotional week. A time for healing, Libra. A time to give rather than take. Big confirmations that you are transmuting this lower vibrational energy for others, right? And the answers you need are coming full moon in Gemini. I'm going to leave that right there, Libra. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, we've made it to the last one, Aquarius. I feel for the Aquariuses. I don't know. I guess when you're looking at timestamps, it might be easier because you just go all the way to the end. Guys, I will put timestamps in after the live stream is over. And I am on the last one right now. May 18th through the 24th, guys. We're always a week ahead. So if you're like, Rosa, what's happening this week? I want to know. If you want to check my accuracy to see if what's happening this week, did we talk about it in the cards? You can do that. You can go right over to my YouTube channel under the live tab and find all of those videos right there. Yes, free readings are on Mondays, 8 p.m. Central Time. All right, Aquarius. It's timestamp. Let's do 1:53:30. So again, May 18th through the 24th. Aquarius, we have the sun moving into Gemini on the 20th. Let's see, what is your energy of the week for Aquarius? Soulcraft is coming out. Challenge or obstacle, we have let go in reverse. Lesson learned, we have focus also in reverse. And divine masculine also in reverse. Aquarius, what is happening? 10, 18, 17, and 32. Okay, so the challenge or obstacle is clearly to let something go. The focus, something is causing some type of distraction when it comes to your soul craft. So, like your purpose, your creativity, that type of energy. Nourishment is on the bottom. All right, let's pull some tarot for Aquarius. Divine masculine could be causing some type of disturbance, distraction. All right, let's look at soul. Ooh, soul craft first. I see an 8 of swords. So definitely could be some type of self-restriction. We see the tower coming out. So Aquarius, something to do with your soul craft, your abilities, the gifts that spirit has given you, right? There definitely could be some type of disturbance, some type of shakeup in the foundation. Let go says that there's something you need to release, but it says that you're holding on to it really tightly. That's why it's in your challenges or obstacles. Two of Pentacles comes out. So this thing that you're holding on to very tightly makes you feel like there's not enough of something, or that you're being pulled in too many directions, Aquarius. Focus is your lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. Two of Swords comes out. So there's this energy of feeling stuck. You need to think outside of the box. You need to, one, have more faith in your ability to get unstuck from some type of situation. And Divine Masculine number 32 is the outcome. Five of Swords comes out. So you could be having some disagreements. There could be some physical or some, ooh, interesting. There could be like some communication disruption, arguments, that type of thing. The High Priestess is on the bottom. The High Priestess talks about some type of inner knowing. So whatever is happening, Aquarius, with this Divine Masculine, you know what it's going to take to get unstuck from this situation. All right, kindness comes out. It says live with compassion. Open your heart to all life forms. Be an angel with hands. Gentleness comes out. Strength is gentle. True kindness has wings. Love in action endures. And awareness is on the bottom. Pay attention to the subtleties. Look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. All right, Aquarius, Moonology to close it out. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Definitely an emotional week, but also very much in your thoughts. Believe in the impossible. My absolute favorite, the blue moon. Don't let your past hold you back. It's the South Node. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Emotions are running high is on the bottom. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that all right there. I hope those readings were helpful, guys. That is going to be all 12 signs for the week of May 18th through the 24th. Friday night, music and tarot. Come back, join us, right? Kelsey Richards, welcome. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming in, hanging out with me. Moderators, thank you so much for helping with the timestamps. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Hoping to see all of you Friday night for music and tarot. Free readings, guys. I don't know why I didn't say that earlier, but I know Thomas Man 89 over on Twitch talking about free readings on Monday nights. That's our normal night. But this Friday, come join us, 8 p.m. I'm going to do music and tarot, and I'll offer some free readings then, right? All right, guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.